just over a month ago now, I squeezed out a bunch of seeds from some tomatoes that I bought in a supermarket. I had two different kinds. This one over here was little cherry tomatoes, red ones, and the other ones were also small. They were little yellow cherry tomatoes. And I squeezed quite a few, and I think there's pretty much 100% success rate. They've all germinated. When these kind of fresh seeds, they just germinate so readily. And they're all starting to grow in their second or their first set of true leaves. So the first ones, you can see they're all the cotyledons, just the germ of the actual seed. And then you get the rest of the leaves coming up now, the new foliage. And so it's time to pot them on and just get them really ready and let them have more space to grow really big, because they're getting quite crowded here as there are so many. So I'm going to start. I've got some soil, just regular soil, and some bigger pots, different sized ones, and I'm just recycling anything we have in the garden, and I'll get them potted up. Here's one of the little yellow ones I just pulled out now really gently because they're so delicate. But as you can see on the actual stem of the plant, there are loads of little hairs there, and each of those hairs will become roots. So the trick with growing tomato plants that get nice and sturdy is to bury as much of the stem as you can each time you replant them. And then all those little hairs will just grow into a really, really strong root system. So I take the plant here. I've got myself a little hole in this pot here, and I just plant it as far down as it can go, and then cover it with a bit of compost. I'll show you how it looks in a minute. I could have gone even deeper with that one, but the pot was a bit short. Just anything that gets covered will just sprout into roots. It's amazing. And then over here, for example, I'll show you with a bigger pot. I've got a little cherry tomato, a red one here. To put it all the way down, as far down as it can go, and then you just see that's how short it gets now, the plant, and that would just give it a really, really strong root system, and it'll grow up from there. And then the next time I repot it, I'll just do the same thing. When I put it outside, I actually put it lying down, and then all that's lying down becomes roots, and of course the actual plant that's sticking up will just straighten itself out if it's lying at an angle. It's a really wonderful way to get a really good root system for the plant. So here they all are, planted as deeply as possible. Some of the pots were a bit small. I just keep them on as bright a windowsill as possible as well. So far they've been on a little bit of a dim one, and I want to put them in a bit of better lighting now to get them to grow a bit faster so they can go outside, because we're approaching the time when they can go out into the garden and into the greenhouse. I think we're going to be having some temperature drops at night quite soon, again like next week, but then after that we're going to get close to May, and sometime in May we pass possible danger of night frost. So that's really getting quite soon, so I can get these guys growing a bit faster and get them all ready to go outside. Lots of fun, and it really will help their root systems. I buried them as deeply as possible, and I'll do it again every time I repot them, because the next time I put them out, I think it'll be into their final position, either into the ground or into grow bags or into little bits in the greenhouse. I've got some other grow bags there. So yeah, lots of fun things, and it's such a wonderful thing to work with tomatoes because you get this beautiful tomato smell. I just love it. So see how they go. It's so exciting.